Oh, still finish it though. You want
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Fucking leaving a beer. What the hell's wrong with you?
You're not gonna hashtag drain pour or something like that. You know what? Let's talk about that for a second. The drain pour phenomenon.
There's only a few occasions where I've ever drain poured a beer.
Yes.
And the only time I've ever done it was because of infection. That's it.
Right. That makes sense.
I mean, I've gotten some beers like I know, like Goose Island. They have their one massive beer. They put out all Bourbon County.
Oh.
So they had an issue. I think it was not last year, but the year before, where they had some issue with infection, and people were there's pictures all across the interwebs and social media. People, I'm just drain pouring it. Really you have to kind of taste the beer, and I think there was a lot of people drain pouring the beer just because other people were drain pouring it, thinking they were tasting infection, and they weren't.
Yeah.
And unless you pour it and like it foams right out of the glass, then that's an infection. If you pour it and it's flat, that's
I don't think people know what infection means. Like people think of like.
Well, that's the thing.
It gets swollen and red and pussy or whatever. Like beer doesn't like a beer infection isn't the same thing. Like an infection really means, well, there could be a contaminant such as a foreign yeast.
Right.
There could be your yeast didn't respond properly. There's a variety of things, but it's not really like an infection like you think of like a skin infection. It's like the beer didn't end up like it's supposed to have ended up.
Right.
And so, sometimes it's Band-Aid, sometimes it's tannin, sometimes it's astringency.
Well, so the easiest thing for a lot of people is if you get a particular beer and it tastes sour. That's generally the easiest infection. Right. If you have a stout and there's a sour aspect to it or a tart aspect, then I've got an infection there.
Yeah.
Then that's something.
Maybe it's a feature.
Right. Well, that's yes. Sadly, there's probably that around. So I mean, if it's not something that's up your alley, then I could understand a drain pour or something like that. It's something. There's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
But drain pouring because you may not, because it's not your 5.5 star rating on Untapped, I think is retarded.
Yeah, I
I mean, a lot of times, I'll kind of, so you have to think there's someone there that kind of worked on making that beer and put some sweat into that beer.
Yeah.
So just drink the whole thing. You may not like it, but you know what? There's always another beer. There's so much beer around these days. I mean, like when we went to JBF and you're sitting in that stadium and there's,
oh my God,
I mean, there was 3,800 other brewers there just at GBF, and you think it's like you're this big compared to everything else that's going on. There's always other beer. So just finish that bottle off, finish the can or whatever you're drinking, go on to your next beer.
Well, the thing, to get on my soapbox for a minute, I as head brewer here, I read our Untapped every day. And sometimes it hurts when people don't like your beer or they shit on you or whatever. It goes with the territory, I get it, but it's still, we crafted it.
Yeah.
We, for somebody to shit on what you make, it sucks, but it happens. But I also read other people's Untapped just to see how other people get shit on, really, like what's the general tone of different beers and styles and whatever. And I see people just shitting on everybody, and then of course you always see the guy who's like, oh, drain pour, I took a swig and drain pour, and I'm like, okay, well, you said you've only drain poured infected beer. I've only I drain pour, like if I don't like it, and I want to drink something else, and it's just going to sit there, I might pour it down the drain, but it's not like I better go on Untapped or Twitter or whatever, and I better hashtag drain pour.
Well, it's the keyboard tough guys.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's really what it is. I mean, it's a Yelp. It's a Yelp review.
Douchebaggery. It's like
it is. Well,
what we're trying to solve with this show.
Right. Exactly.
Is don't be a douchebag.
Right.
If you don't like the beer, and you want to pour it down the drain, then by all means pour it down the fucking drain. But it doesn't mean you have to be an asshole. And if you really want to comment, talk to the brewer. Reach out to the brewer. I mean, you're not obligated to do that, but you're gonna, it's really the gentlemanly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to bash somebody if you don't like the beer. If it's not something up your alley, it's fine. I'm not losing any sleep over it. I sleep somewhat well.
Trying to be cool, but I'm so cool. This
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times too, for what I see, it's people that are really unfamiliar with brewing processes and practices and things like that. That want to know. They have the thought process. I want to know about this, but don't want to take the time to actually learn.
Right.
And so they want to be part of, you know, they want to be part of the cool kid club, and you know, I did this, I did that, and really they don't really know everything that goes into what's going on, you know. And I mean, you know, the kind of biggest, for instance, was like Cycle. They did a stout with coconut, and they put fresh coconut flakes in it, and they warned everybody right out of the gate, you're gonna have flakes in your bottle, you're gonna pour it, you're gonna see flakes there. And I still see, I think as far as earlier this week, where someone was complaining like, "Oh, there's all these coconut flakes," and I'm like, "Well, they told you they use real coconut."
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
It's like
and so, you know, and they were kind of bashing on them. They're like, "Well, you know, when is too much coconut? Too much coconut?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, it's in a stout. You're trying to balance out flavors."
If they didn't do it that way, then people would have said it's not enough coconut.
Right, exactly. You know, and so
people are assholes.
They try to find negative aspects to things. They can't just be appreciative of what they have and what's going on in front of them.
Yeah, they've got to be blown away every time. Their life sucks, and it's so miserable that they have to shit on everybody else.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story really is don't be an asshole. And if you're an asshole, go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put
Can we
it.
scare everybody away?